Hey YouTube, so I am at Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area with Offroad Consulting, and this is the last trail in a series. So this is basically what we're doing here, and we are going from right to left, so we're basically headed back to the office. But there are some interesting trails that we go through, as you can see, and there's quite a few, but it's like 10, 16, I skipped the trail footage on the Coal Road, and then we play around in the water a little bit again, and then we take 5 and 1 back, basically. So that's like kind of the overview of the video. So coming up is an example of straddling. Right in front of me, you saw what the Jeep did and what we did it also. There was a hole there, and we drove over it. Essentially, we put the tires on the biggest object. That is essentially like the 101 on, taking your truck out. Like, you always look for little V's, and that was like a perfectly good example of a V. And you drive over the top edges of the V. So we are headed, like I was saying, on our way back. So most of the footage today on this video is going to be pretty chill. It's going to be pretty low-key because obviously when you're in the last hour or two of your ride, you're usually just trying to migrate your way back to the beginning office, and you're trying to not break anything and get off the trail safely, obviously. So even here you see that I'm going over obstacles, and like I was saying with the V's, the same applies here. Just imagine the rock is the upper part of that V, and you just put the tire like on the big rock, if there is one, and then you don't hit anything. If you do the opposite, you put the tire between the wheels, like let's say you had an upside down V, then obviously that isn't going to work because the center of the vehicle is the lowest spot. So what you see here is a pretty typical green trail at AOAA. If you wanted to know what was typical, typically they're pretty narrow. As you can see, this one's pretty narrow, but there's typically very mild, if any, obstacles. And this would be like your normal category, like I guess 2 or 3 green at AOAA. And very rarely do you end up with like large, open, vast areas. Although on the other side of the park there is some pretty big open areas, now that I'm thinking about it. But I would say stereotypically they're known for narrower trails.
Hey YouTube, we are out here on Trail 16, I believe, and we're getting near the end of the day. Basically, we're just going up and down the little trails above the Coal Road, kind of at AOAA, and just kind of easy peasy little rock climbs. And you can see there's like 1 Jeep behind me, and then there's like maybe 3 or 4 in front of me. I'll try to go as high as I can, and we're just waiting for the rest of the group to catch up. And then we will get back to this lovely ride that we're on. So please like and subscribe. We'll see you around.
God gave us an option to run through the water again. I kind of thought that was a good idea, so we could actually wash a lot of the mud off the undercarriage of the Jeep. Some people chose to do it like I did, and then some people chose to go around it, which that's fine too. But to me, like, yay, let's wash the Jeep before we get it on the road. Hey, so yeah, I keep having this recurring question, and I think I'm going to make a video on it. Like, what is the Gladiator compared to the Wrangler? Like, what do I think of it and stuff? And honestly, I'd have to say I'm actually really happy with the Gladiator, and it's a lot of reasons people probably absolutely would not expect. But they always think about it like in relation to the trail, which is just really a very small perspective. You have to look at the big picture. Obviously, you know, JK is probably going to be able to outwheel a Gladiator, but then, you know, compare that to, say, like a short wheelbase CJ narrow track or something, or like an LJ on 1 tons or something like that. So it's all perspective, but we will give you guys a video like you're asking. Thank you!